The month I was sworn in, we had lost 750,000 jobs. We've now seen 8 months in a row in which we've added private sector jobs. We're in a different place than we were a year ago, or 18 months ago. And let's face it, taking some of these steps wasn't easy. There were a lot of naysayers, a lot of skepticism. There was a lot of skepticism about whether we could get GM and Chrysler back on their feet. There were folks who wanted to walk away, potentially see another 1 million jobs lost, but we said, we've got to try. And now, U.S. auto industries are profitable again, hiring again, back on their feet again, on the move again. There were folks who were wondering whether we could hold the banks accountable for what they've done to taxpayers. Or were skeptical about whether we could make infrastructure investments, and investments in clean energy, and investments in education, and hold ourselves accountable for how that money was spent. There was a lot of skepticism about what we were trying to do. And a lot of it was unpopular. But I want to remind everybody here, you did not elect me to do what was popular. You elected me to do what was right. That's what we've been fighting together for, to do what's right. We don't have our finger after the wind to know what's right. That's why we passed health insurance reform that will make it illegal for insurance companies to deny you coverage because of a pre-existing condition. Historic reforms that will give over 30 million Americans the chance to finally obtain quality care. Tackles the disparities in the healthcare system. Puts a cap on the amount you can be charged in out-of-pocket expenses, because nobody should go broke because they got sick in a country like the United States of America. Not here. That's why we passed Wall Street reform, to finally crack down on the predatory practices of some of the banks and mortgage companies, so we can protect hardworking families from abusive fees or unjustified rates every time they use a credit card, make a mortgage payment, or go to a payday loan operation, or take out a student loan, or overdraw on their account at an ATM. Laws that will help put an end to the days of government bailouts, so Main Street never again has to pay for Wall Street's mistakes. Including our HBCUs, and shifted tens of billions of dollars that were going to subsidize banks, and made sure that money was giving millions of more children a chance to go to college and have a better future. That's what we can do. That's why we're keeping the promises I made on the campaign trail. We passed tax cuts for 95% of working families. We expanded national service from AmeriCorps to the Peace Corps. We recommitted our Justice Department to the enforcement of civil rights laws. We changed sentencing disparities as a consequence of the hard work of many in the CBC. We started closing tax breaks for companies that ship jobs overseas so we can give those tax breaks to companies that invest right here in the United States of America. Our combat mission in Iraq and welcome nearly 100,000 troops home. In Afghanistan, we're breaking the momentum of the Taliban and training Afghan forces so that next summer we can begin the transition to Afghan responsibility.